Namaste. Kerala has delivered nothing short of a political earthquake. The left's long-standing red fortress hasn't been merely been breached; it appears to be unraveling in real time. Congress-led UDF has surged lead of 101 seats. Congress itself leading in 63 and Muslim League in 22. In stark contrast, the LDF has been restricted to 37 seats according to the latest trends. The BJP, meanwhile, is leading in two constituencies. One of those constituencies is the Nemom. Nemom is the very seat where the BJP first opened its account in 2016, when former Railway Minister O. Rajagopalji secured a historic victory. The LDF reclaimed it in 2021, but now BJP leader, BJP state president Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji is back in the lead in the same constituency, currently ahead by over 2,000 votes. So it is like the lead is very hard. So BJP is about to win in matlab we can say that it could lead a win for the BJP in Nemom seat. The second, which is BJP is eyeing, is the Chattanur constituency in Kollam district. BJP's BB Gopakumar is leading there. This is a constituency where the party has steadily expanded its footprint in a very short time. Finishing second in the last, it has finished second in the last two assembly elections and consistently eating into both LDF and UDF vote shares in Chattanur. Though not traditionally a headline battleground, Chattanur has evolved into a significant political testing ground. The seat is currently held by CPI's GS Jailal, who had won comfortably in 2016, but now in Chattanur, BJP candidate BB Gopakumar is leading. Notably, we should say that the BJP had an early lead in 5 seats during the initial rounds of counting, but before consolidating into 2, it had shown a clear lead in 5 seats in the Kerala State Assembly elections. Another key development which have to be noted in Kerala is the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's candidacy. He has often seen as the anchor of the LDF and the captain of the left-led LDF front. From the morning itself, as soon as the counting started, he was trailing in the initial rounds. And this constituency in which Pinarayi Vijayan is contesting is Dharmadam, which is a traditional constituency from which the Pinarayi Vijayan has been contesting for his entire political area. It is a stronghold, CPM stronghold also. So this an early signal of visible anti-incumbency has been arising when we saw that in Dharmadam, Pinarayi Vijayan has been trailing in the initial vote counting round. So now he is leading, but not up to the mark. It itself say that CPM as well as the LDF front is like being weaker in Kerala this time. However, the pressure on the LDF remains evident, with as many as 13 ministers are also still trailing. Roshi Agustin, VN Vasavan, R. Bindu, KB Ganesh Kumar, P. Rajiv, O.R. Kelu, V. Shivanguti, Veena George, who was the health minister and was in a controversy just before the election was held. V. Abdurrahman, M.B. Rajesh, Chinjurani, A.K. Shashindran, P. Prasad, all these left ministers are currently trading according to the latest trend coming out from the Kerala. So we have Sridhatan ji, who is a senior journalist, to analyze what is happening in Kerala and what happened to BJP. Welcome, Sridhatan ji. Thank you for joining us with organizer. Sir, how do you see this number? So I think you are on mute.
Lakshmiji, we have to understand one thing, that there was a strong anti-incumbency wave which has seen through, and so that UDF could win such a huge margin. That we have to first take away from this election is that there was a huge anti-incumbency because of the misrule of the left. For the last many 10 years, you have seen that, how the government and the arrogance of the left, and also the lot of no development and lot of corruption and kind of attack on Hindu temples and all that. So there was a sort of resentment going against the LDF, and in a way that is reflected in the election. One is that. Another is that there is a minority consolidation. There is a huge minority consolidation which we cannot ignore. Although BJP has tried to reach out to the Christian community, one can see from the result that it is the Christians have overwhelmingly voted in favor of the UDF. And if you recall, there were reports that from churches also there were calls to the laity that they should vote for the UDF. And in certain cases, bishops were putting up their own, recommending candidates for the party. That you can see it in Kanjirapalli also. Kanjirapalli, where the local candidate is a bishop's candidate. So there has been a minority consolidation, minority communalism favoring the UDF. That we have to understand. That is one thing which has helped them in a big way. And that is why, otherwise, in Nemom and all that, if this phenomenon was not there, it would have been easy sale for Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Even now, the majority, although he is leading, you can see that the lead is not that great. It is only 2000 plus or something like that. So that is happening. That has happened, and mainly this is the factor which has helped the UDF in a big way. And if you see that in down North Kerala, for instance, it is all the Muslim majority, and in South Kerala, it is the Christians who have voted in favor of the UDF. So that is the main reason for this overwhelming results for the UDF. Why BJP has not made a big performance is because overall, if you see, the vote count has managed to, as far as I know, it has gone up. But still, numbers will take time to come out. So that we will come to know in the next few days. But having said that, why the alliance which BJP had forged with the 2020 and the selection of candidates has not worked well for the BJP? Because I'll tell you, there are certain seats where BJP could have done better. There were better winning prospects also, like in Kodungalur, for instance, in other places also, where BJP has sizable presence also, and the local body election also, BJP's performance was very good. There, the seats were given to 2020 alliance partner, and they put up a candidate which the public's there was no public connect. That is what the reports initially that come from the field say. So overall, strategically, there were some mistakes and all that. But despite that, BJP has managed to retain Nemom after a gap of 10 years, and also BJP has won Chatanur seat also. So that means that itself gives the message to the BJP leadership that the way forward is Hindutva and Hindu consolidation, because even although we have as a party, there has been a lot of reports also about the Christian outreach and all that. That has not worked. That is exactly what we see. So it should have been the Hindu outreach. There are a lot of other communities which we have not reached out. So that is the way forward. That is exactly this. That is what I read from the results.
So, Sridharanji, the battle for Nemom has become a central focus of the Kerala Assembly elections. Historically, Nemom is a swing seat. It was the first constituency where the BJP had its MLA in 2016. In 2021, the party held the second position there. LDF has won the seat in 2021. Now, again, it seems to be that the constituency is creating history for BJP. So, what do you think will be the reason for it? Is it due to the consolidation of the Hindu votes from the LDF that Nemom is BJP is able to retain Nemom?
Yes, one thing is that Nemom is a Hindu majority seat, and Chatanur also is a Hindu majority seat. So that itself, what I was saying in the earlier in response to your earlier question, that the Christian outreach has not worked. So wherever BJP has performed well are Hindu majority constituencies. So Nemom, if you see, it has been consistently helping BJP. BJP has been the prominent player in that constituency, except for once when that current minister, education minister, Shivanguti had won. So other than that, in the parliament election also, BJP has been getting good number of votes from that. It has been leading from that constituency. So in the assembly segment. So that way it has been a stronghold for BJP, and this time we have worked well also in advance. So that is why it has. And also another factor is that last this local body elections, BJP has won the Trivandrum Corporation. So that will also have a spillover effect on this election. That is also there. But having said that, that way, if you look at, our performance, the BJP's performance would have been much better. But Nemom, this is at least the saving grace that the BJP has managed to retain rest Nemom from the LDF. And also another thing, the rival candidate, BJP's rival candidate, is a very strong local politician. He has very good support, local support and all that. And also another factor is another UDF candidate. He is also from local. His father was speaker in Kerala and very renowned Congress leader, and he himself contested in the local body election. So they actually Congress led UDF has put him up just to rest the seat. That way, still BJP has managed to win this seat. It itself it speaks volumes of the support, local support it gets.
Sridharanji, apart from the Nemom, Manjeshwaram, Kasargod, Palakkad, Trishul, these were the other constituencies that BJP was having expectation on. what might have happened to these constituencies?
See, in Palakkad, if you see, Shobha Surendran is a firebrand leader, and wherever she is put up, she manages to increase the vote share and all that. For all these years, it has been like that. And also this time around, the Palakkad constituency, the work was very good. But why it is not happening in some areas, like in BJP has always had an upper hand in the urban areas like Vadakandara and other places also. But in rural Palakkad, this constituency, there are pockets where BJP doesn't have a unit also. There are areas where it is very difficult for BJP to get, especially this. There are areas where the minority population has considerable presence or sole presence in those areas. So there, that is a problem area. Last time when Metro Man Sridharan contested, that area created problems for BJP. But she did a good fight. She was leading in between for some time. But ultimately, what happened was that the UDF candidate won the election. And Manjeshwaram, the same thing happened. It was, as I told you, that the minority consolidation there. The Muslims in that area, as all other political parties, barring the political affiliation, they all voted to defeat BJP candidate. That has
If you
happened.
remember,
Every time,
there was an incident where SDPI candidate was asked to withdraw
yeah,
its candidacy
exactly.
by
I
the
was coming
Muslim
to
League
that.
and all.
I was coming to that. No, they although SDPI and Muslim League doesn't go well, they had a huge feud running between them, but still the whole clergy and all community leaders convinced the SDPI to withdraw the candidature of SDPI candidate. So, and this has created bickering. There were internal bickerings also on that, but still, the community has voted against BJP. There was and also every election you see that lot of the people are brought from Middle East and other areas, and just to vote for the election, and it is all funded also, funded by the UDF and Muslim League. So that has happened. So in a way, when we say that, another takeaway maybe is that it is a victory of the Muslim League, I would say. Why? Because now Muslim League will have a major say in all the
Yes.
decisions, all the distribution of power and perks and everything. Muslim League will have a major say. So it may not be a healthy trend, but it is going to happen.
But this was actually in advance, well communicated to all the Keralites that if UDF come to power, even the CPM leaders have told it publicly that UDF coming to power means the Muslim League taking over the power. Yet,
Yes.
why was a trend against why was a trend in acceptance of the UDF in
See,
spite of all of
there
these?
are. I would say, as a journalist, I would say there has been some lacunae from the BJP side also. Wherever they yes, in election, there are other factors also that will count. But BJP always put up a candidate in the fag end of the select in the run up to the election, much late
Yes.
actually in many places. The candidates were put up some 2 weeks before that. if they had planned it, they had concentrated and things like that. Every year, every election, this is discussed, but seldom practiced. So this is one area where BJP has to grow politically. That is what we have to understand. We are, and also another factor is that Lakshmiji, if you see, BJP has been trying to make space for itself between two strong coalitions. Coalitions means all caste, class, every combination in these two coalitions. All these, they are a representative of all caste, creed, and everything. So they are very formidable in terms of coalition and all that, and representation also. So BJP, for all these years, BJP never didn't have many alliance partners also. Now only one or two are coming forward and all that. But BJP has to work a long way. But having said that, I see a bright future for BJP, and BJP is going to rule Kerala in the coming days. That is for sure. The problems, BJP has to find its own solutions. If Bengal is a pointer, you can see that how Bengal managed to win this thing. Same, this has to be replicated in Kerala also. If that is done, then it's only a matter of 4 or 5 years. We will be seeing a BJP government.
So, if we look at the seats of Muslim League as well as CPM, we can see that both say Muslim League is having 26 seats leading, and CPM is having 26 leads leading, and the Muslim League is leading in 22 seats. So that implies that CPM has become no less than an Islamic radical party. It equalizes them to the Muslim League and all. So, with the fall of this red fortress in Kerala, what does this mean for the future of the Communist Party of India? Because
See,
they remain zero in India without any state in power.
Exactly, you said it. You said it. And this is the first time that there is no left government in India. Nowhere it is there. But having said that, and the decimation of left has started. But this is the time when we have to the BJP has to understand that it has to reach out to different Hindu constituents, Hindu communities, and forge as a party which is representing sections which are so far not represented by the BJP. So that way, and also if you see one thing, I see a lot of green shoots. You must have seen that some of the CPM leaders have defected and joined BJP and contested also. They are all from the lower strata of the community, Hindu society, and the major allegation against BJP is that it's an upper caste party and things like that. And now these people with this kind of outreach and all that, BJP can have a major. BJP has to make inroads into these sections. So it is a good decimation of left is good for BJP. And that is the way forward also. I think it is happening also. It will happen. It has to happen. That is the only way forward for Kerala also.
Sir, if we talk about the basic Hindu vote for the LDF, Irava community, which is an OBC category of Hindu community, was the basic, traditionally they were the base voters of LDF. Do you think that it has shifted completely to the BJP this time, and what might be the reason for this?
No, no community has shifted completely towards one party. It may be only in the case of Muslim
League.
Muslim community that has almost completely shifted towards UDF. It has not happened in the case of Hindu communities like Irava, for that matter. Irava, as you rightly said, it is the mainstay of the Communist Party. They are a sizable number in terms of their population share. So that way, BJP has managed consistently in trying to wean away that community from the clutches of LDF, and it has been successful also in many ways. It has. There is one political party which is an alliance partner of the BJP is BDJS, which also represents this particular section. Having said that, no, we have to, the BJP has to do more in terms of reaching out to such by increasing their representation and all that. Not only that.
Let me ask you in this case. After the local body elections in 2025, Trivandrum, you know that it was a historic win for BJP. CPI's internal audit itself have stated that the Irava communities has been moving away from the LDF towards the BJP after the Shabrimala issue. So, what is that? Even CPI came to understand that this kind of base thing is being getting moving off from the LDF and then going to BJP. Then why did BJP was not able to translate that vote in this assembly election?
Why? Because the effort has to take from by the party, political party. So it has been taking steps, and also there has been and also there is a lot of disillusionment in the community about the way the left has performed also. So that way BJP has been increasing its vote share in that particular community also. Not only that, see, if BJP has to grow, it has to grow beyond the Nair, Irava, and there are other communities also. Maybe they are not numerically very strong, but there are communities which has not been politically represented. Reach out to them. See, this election is a pointer and indicator that this is the way forward. Try for Hindu consolidation, and the other things will fall in place. That is the only way forward. And I may be slightly blunt in saying that leave out all these kind of fancy things like Christian outreach and all that. Our way forward should be Hindu consolidation, and if that happens, in few years we'll see that BJP will be in a position to win over many seats, like more than 50 seats. So that is the way forward. And as we have been it's a civilizational cause also, that Hindu consolidation is a civilizational cause also, and and the BJP has to focus on that. That is what I think.
Sir, namaste, Jayaprasad sir. We have Jayaprasad ji, former Pro Vice Chancellor of University of Kerala. Sir, namaste and thank you for joining. So, how do you see the Kerala numbers now?
I am happy that now, for the first time in Kerala Assembly, 3 BJP MLAs are elected. Our former BJP State President Muralidharan, current President Rajiv Chandrasekharan, and also my close friend, also BB Gopakumar.
Yeah, just now Muralidharan ji is leading
also
304 votes, right?
As far as
wonderful.
So this is a as far as
Until
concerned is
10 minutes before, it was like trailing for Muralidharan ji. Now we
right,
can see that he's winning, leading for 304 votes. That's good.
right. And I am
Please go
voting
ahead,
for
sir.
the BJP.
That's a
BJP saying
that means it's a good fight.
yes, yes,
Very
and
tough fight.
definitely highly experienced two parliamentarians. As both Muralidharan and Rajiv Chandrasekharan were former ministers and they represented the parliament also. So that highly experienced two BJP leaders along with the Gopakumar is entering to the Kerala legislature this time. And generally, I will say this was a tsunami against the left rule. Last 10 years, Kerala has been experienced such a government. And first part of the Pinarayi government was not so bad. Maybe then there was a feeling after in the final stage there was COVID and COVID related a large number of issues were there. The government, to an extent, the government was re-elected for the first time since 1977. But the second Pinarayi government was such a worse one, and it functioned in an authoritarian manner. And actually, the CPM lost its collective leadership, and the entire authority is vested with the chief minister, and also his son-in-law is also there in the cabinet. And so that generally we feel that because we are now living in the age of social media, so that whatever the leadership is doing, it is immediately getting in the information to the public. So that kind of an authoritarianism was rejected by the state, and the beneficiary was the Congress. Definitely, I also never expected such a great victory to the Congress, but I expected that there would be a majority to the Congress in this time, because Congress led the UDF is the leading opposition, so that the anti-incumbency factor generally benefited the premier opposition. And the historical relevance of this election in Kerala, it is historical because for the first time, besides these two polarized political formation coalitions, a third force under the leadership of BJP and NDA came into being, and they entered into the politics because BJP was there from the very beginning. But the problem of Kerala was that since 1967, there was a highly polarized bipolar politics we have experienced in a coalition politics, bipolar coalition politics. So that the Kerala politics never gave a chance to a third partner, third friend. And during 1978, K. Karnagaran, the senior most Congress leader, when the Congress split happened, at that time he left the Congress and joined with the Indira Congress, and he tried to make a third front, that failed, but finally he went back to the Congress party. And the same happened and also the Congress, yes, at that time, 78, under the leadership of A.K. Antony also joined with the left front. But later in 2005, also under the leadership of K. Karnagaran and his son, who was the president of the KPCC at that time, 2005, they formed a new party called DIC, but that experiment also failed. So that Kerala never taken seriously a third force. But the BJP gradually emerged. In the first election, BJP got a 2.6% of the vote, but last parliament election, that popular support have elevated to the 20%. But gradually it is moving forward. But after 2014, there was a drastic change to the growth of the BJP. And you can see that since 2015 onwards, in all the elections, the BJP's presence was felt. In 2015 itself, in the local body elections, the BJP got around 15% of the total popular vote. And some of the districts, especially Thiruvananthapuram, Thrissur, 2, 3, 4 Hindu majority districts, the BJP comparatively performed well. And the BJP also made an alliance with the BDJ as a newly formed political party under the initiative of the SNDP Yogam, which represents the major caste group among Hindus. around 25% of the total population represent that caste. And also the Irava Tiya community is the basically it is fundamentally it is base of the Communist Party, and there the BJP started their inroads into that vote bank of the left, and there begins the decline of the left. But fortunately, left managed 2016 elections and the 2021 elections with the Muslim and polarization, basically the Muslim polarization, because there was a huge campaign against the Narendra Modi government since 2014 in Kerala, particularly not only from the left and the Congress, and also along with a large number of Muslim organizations. And so that what happened is that the communal polarization happened in 2016, and this 21 election was helped the CPM to retain power. But this time, after the last 2025 local body elections, the same Muslim community along with the Christian community they voted for the Congress. And there was a huge communal polarization happened in Kerala in the last local body election. And also the Congress led the UDF got a comparatively better performance in 7 districts, having the minorities have a better presence. And particularly among the 14 districts of Kerala, 5 districts are Hindus are minorities in 5 districts. But the Congress led the UDF dominated the entire, around 95% of the seats went to the Congress front. And so that I expected a victory of the UDF this time with a minimum majority, but this was like a tsunami. They have now around 102 or 3 seats. There will be there after the final result will come. So that
Main thing noted is that Muslim League is having 22 seats in lead and CPM is having 26. Both are having matlab, about 26, that they are being equal treated now when the
right,
votes are counted.
right, and because for the first time the best performance ever performance of the Muslim League in Kerala Assembly was in 2011. At that time, the Congress led the UDF won and they formed the government, but with a small majority. Only they have a 72 seats, only 2 less majority. But at that time, the last UDF government was dominated by the Muslim League, and for the first time in the history of Kerala, the majority members of the ministry, Congress ministry, were belong to the minority community. And this time, the Muslim League, now I think that there will be around 23 seats, 23 to 24 seats that they have a chance for that. First time, the Muslim League has won this kind of a popular victory. They have contested only in 27 seats under the UDF umbrella. And this time, 2 major political, we can an outlooker, we can see that there are 2 major prominent factors helped the success of the Congress-led UDF. On the one hand, there was a huge minority polarization in favor of the Congress against the left government. Other hand, there was a huge shift of the left voters, particularly the card holders of the CPM, now voted to the Congress, UDF, Congress and the UDF, because I know the background of the Kannur district, where the huge majority of the Communist Party members belong to the Kannur district. A large number of Politburo members, their chief minister, their state level leaders, most of them belong to the Kannur. It is a citadel of the Communist Party, and now the Communist Party lost their base. This election will be noticed because of the not because of the defeat of the party, but it was totally the party structure damaged in their fort. And there is a Kannur district. And there the 2 senior CPM leaders, with the support of the Congress, they won from Payanur as well as the Taliparambu, 2 constituencies where we generally call the party the party villages. Because I know I have worked there as a last election 2024 also, I worked as an observer of election commission in this region. I know the most of the booths there would be no agent other than CPM. That is the power of the CPM in that region. From there, particularly the one Trikaripur constituency where the Sandeep Warrior, he previously he worked with the BJP. He won that seat under the Congress, and most of the other constituencies in the Kannur district went to the Congress or the CPM rebels, and this shows that there is the Kerala is going to witness a new kind of politics where there will be a new there is a possibility of a new kind of polarization, and the BJP has gradually emerged as one of the leading opposition party in Kerala. In coming future, I think that there will be two coalitions will emerge. On the one side, the BJP, other the India Alliance, whether the CPM or there or not, under the Congress, and so that the new kind of politics or bipolar politics has been going to emerge in Kerala. This is my understanding, because the BJP in the last parliament elections also, BJP won one seat, and the two seat the BJP lost with a small margin, and also more than 6 parliamentary segments the BJP performed well. And if you go through the details of that statistics, more than 29 constituency assembly segments, BJP's vote share was between 40,000 to 61,000. And also,
Jayaprasad sir, can you just come closer to the mic because your voice is so feeble?
and the last Lok Sabha elections, BJP performed well, and particularly it should be noticed that around 29 constituencies, assembly segments, the BJP got between 40,000 to 61,000, and other 18 constituencies it polled between 30 to 40,000. So that the BJP emerged as a major partner actor in Kenyan state politics with one victory with the Thrissur parliamentary constituency. And now we can see that I expected minimum 6 and above. That was my understanding. During many debates, I expected that BJP has a better chance. Anyway, 3 seats already won by the BJP. This was a good beginning, and you know that in 2015, West Bengal Assembly, the BJP ended with 3 MLA. In 2021, it emerged into 77. Now it is going to touch around 200. I think that maybe the final
Yes.
that is yet to come. So that a good beginning to the BJP and a good beginning to the state politics. A new kind of political polarization is going to take place in Kerala in the near future. And also, the other side, as far as the CPM was concerned, most of his ministers lost. Even though the chief minister and his son-in-law have won with a thin majority, but the majority of the ministers lost. And most of the left candidates who won the assembly with a small majority, and so that the not only the public but also the party workers also rejected that party, and if you go through the details, the final statistics yet to come, but the CPM not failed; it is totally damaged. And so that I am expecting the Bengal model or a Tripura model future of CPM. And I have already in my view that Pinarayi Vijayan would be the last chief minister, communist chief minister in India, and particularly in Kerala also, he would be the last chief minister, and so that it will be a historical verdict by the people of Kerala. And also from from the other point of view, the BJP has emerged and the BJP's presence in more than, I am expecting in more than 40 to 50 assembly segments, BJP's vote share may be a very comfortable one. Maybe and also a larger number of constituencies, there's a possibility of second position also. So that the final stat is yet to come, but I am expecting that kind of a performance by the BJP, even though it won 3 states. And it's not audible to me.
You're audible.
Sridharji, namaste.
Namaste.
Hope you are fine.
It is good that, V. Muralidharan ji had also won the election.
Right.
It is a very great relief for BJP because he had put in, that is the way forward, I suppose.
Right.
He had put in almost 10 years in that constituency and worked very hard. That is the biggest takeaway for others also in this election.
Right.
BJP aspirant candidates in future, they should learn from him actually. Nemom, I'm not discounting the importance, but Nemom has been BJP stronghold. But the other constituency, V. Muralidharan ji had wrested that from the left, and a very formidable candidate.
Look, can you hear?
Yeah, please go ahead. I think Lakshmi ji had gone. Let us talk now.
Okay. Then, as far as the Nemom is concerned, Nemom, I expected such a victory because
Yes.
in the last 3 elections, in the last assembly elections, the BJP candidate got more than 50,000. And then the Lok Sabha elections of 2024, BJP polled 61,000 and 222 votes. And then in the last local body elections also, the BJP got around 18 out of 22 corporation wards in the assembly, as well as around
Exactly.
49,000 of votes. So that BJP was comparatively very powerful and in a comfortable position in the Nemom. But what prevented the victory of the BJP in 2 other elections, especially 2021 as well as 2011 also, there was a huge Christian-Muslim consolidation against the BJP. But the beneficiary in this constituency was not the Congress, but the CPM. In this election also, the minority votes in the Nemom constituency went in favor of the LDF because it was there as part of their tactical voting. And to prevent the BJP victory, they have voted for the leading front. Instead of UDF or LDF, they voted for the second largest, other than the BJP. So that this time also, because of their benefit, the minority polarization benefited in both in Karakutam and also Tiruvandhuram. Karakutam also, Sri Kadakampalli Surendran maintained the lead mainly because of the minorities was in favor of Karakutam, in Karakutam constituency, was in favor of the CPM rather than the Congress. Because Congress was in a poor shape in the Tiruvandhuram corporation area, particularly in the city corporation. And 4 assembly segments are there in this corporation area, and but 2 seats now won by the Congress party. Congress won the Congress member in K. Muralidharan former KPCC president in Vatirkavu, where he represented the Vatirkavu in 2011 and in 2016. And also other member was from Communist CMB, John. He won from the Trivandavaram assembly segment. So that the UDF got 2 out of 4 of the Trivandavaram city assembly segment. BJP got 2, and I think that in all these 3 segments, BJP would be the second. And we lost in Patirkav mainly because of the candidate, and there was many people are not happy with the candidate of BJP in Patirkav. That may be one of the reasons. Otherwise, there was a huge possibility for BJP. I expected otherwise, and that may be one reason. But anyway, the BJP maintained its leading role in Trivandavaram district, and BJP candidates performed well in other 2 major assembly segments like Varkala, Attingal, Katakana. During the parliamentary elections, both
There was, may I interject?
Yes,
There was a
please.
lot of talk about Attingal also.
The details yet to come. Attingal also, last time the BJP came second. But in the Assam Lok Sabha elections, BJP under the B. Muralidharan, BJP was number 1. And
Yes.
this time there was a huge possibility for the BJP. But you know that I have already mentioned, there is a minority consolidation to prevent the victory of the BJP. So that in the Attingal, it benefited the left candidate. Both in Nemom and also in Kalkuttam also, the minority favored the left candidate. But at the same time, in Vatirkavu as well as in Trivandavaram, they have given their preference to the Congress party or the UDF. By the minority consolidation in generally. That is the general tendency in all over Kerala. And this time, 2 major factors worked against the CPM. On the one side, there was a minority consolidation. Other side, the internal problems of the CPM itself and its degeneration. And there was a huge number of cadres were unhappy with the authoritarian tendency of Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, particularly.
And also the ideological confusion. Because Pinarayi represented the bourgeois interests in the that is what some of the party cadre also say. He is the representative of that bourgeois interests, and people, the ordinary cadre are not ready to accept that. So there is a lot of ideological confusion also. What do you think about that?
But the problem that is the left, as a left front, it is actually there is no ideology since 1991 with the disintegration of Soviet Union. The Communist Party has no that kind of ideological base, but they survived because of the coalition and in the parliamentary system, and every alternative elections they got power in the state, and only in 2021 they maintained its second term. And generally, the Communist Party is generally their formal policy was on the one side governance and other side struggle agitations. But the last 10 years they became confined only to as a ruling party, especially its youth organization and student organization. They never initiated any agitations, and also so that gradually a party bureaucracy has developed, and there was a huge number of corruption charges, not only at the government level, and in Kerala there are thousands of cooperative societies and leading cooperative banks under the leadership of the CPM. There was a huge number of corruption allegations came, and the ED intervention was there. Some of its leaders were arrested. And all that. Next, the
Yes, yes.
Sabarimala robbery, and there also its leaders were arrested, now on bail, and that also worked. And from the major issue the Kerala youth still is facing is unemployment. There was not a single institution started by this government, the outgoing government, in Kerala in the last 10 years, having given employment to 500 people. And so that it was a totally failed. Another major problem was that like in Tamil Nadu and in West Bengal, the Kerala also followed a policy of continuous agitational approach to the central government, and so that they missed a large number of developmental initiatives and programs by the central government. And but what they did was they prevented these kind of beneficiaries to the ordinary people. That worked well. So that you can see that there are 5 elections happened today. 5 results came, 4 states and 1 union territory. The BJP led NDA won in Assam and Puducherry, and the BJP captured power in West Bengal, going to capture the power in West Bengal. Tamil Nadu, the ruling party, is going to lose. Kerala also they lost. One thing that Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Kerala are under the India alliance, but in Kerala, the beneficiary of this election is also an India alliance, that is the Congress and the UDF. But there was no other alternative. So that is the anti-incumbency factor benefited the leading opposition. But the Congress should learn a lesson from this result. So that if the Congress party is going to continue the same confrontation approach by Stalin or Mamata Banerjee or Pinarayi Vijayan, the next elections, the people will reject the Congress. If this party is accommodating, or because India is a federal country, there should be a consensus as far as the developmental initiatives are concerned. There should be a consensus between the federal government and the state government. And instead of that, if they are taking in a hostile approach, and you can say that most of the time the Tamil Nadu, the comments coming from Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and his son, like they are saying like the India China, so that they are looking the north as a China, like that as an enemy territory. So that type of mindset, and all these were rejected by the people in Tamil Nadu. The people, the voters are now going to experience a new political party under the leading popular actor of Vijay and his TVK. And also there also comparatively the NDA came forward, and the DMK, the ruling party, with a huge alliance. They actually in Tamil Nadu the India alliance is properly working. All the opposition parties came together and as an India alliance, and they are working. But they now placed in the 3rd position. So that the Congress should learn some lesson from its Kerala victory. But I think that today onwards, you are going to experience the internal conflicts among the Congress party. Now already,
Exactly.
last
There are
3 weeks, there is a
there are many chief ministerial aspirants also. All of them have won also.
Normally any party there will be more aspirants, but the problem that their conflict should not come to the outside, but it should be within the internal circle.
Muslim League is going and the Muslim League is going to dictate the terms also.
Right. And also I am going to Kerala is going to experience a Muslim League, a Jamaat Islami Muslim League controlled government, Congress government. But
exactly.
In 2011 also.
Jayaprasadji, if I may interject and ask you one question, that there has been a lot of talk about this BJP Christian outreach and all that. What do you think? I mean, I think it has not been very great in terms of the results or something like that, or the indications are not that it has not worked in its favor. Okay,
Generally,
so how do you see it? How do you rate it?
in my understanding, generally the Christian outreach program of the BJP was an utter failure. And that happened during the local body elections also. But my view is that the appeasement will not work in Kerala. But if the BJP need better Christian support, it should have a political alliance with the Christian dominated political parties. For example,
And also, I think they should focus on Hindu outreach rather than.
that is second part. On the one side, for example, in 2014, sorry, 2004, for the first time in the history of Kerala, other than Left Front and UDF, NDA candidate PC Thomas had won from the Muatuvira Lok Sabha constituency, and he was the minister in the Vajpayee cabinet. So that
Yes.
he won from the Christian dominated constituency. So that Christians are not against the BJP. If there is a winnability and if there is a scope for sharing power, definitely they will support that. That is the lesson we have to learn from the 2004 victory of NDA candidate PC Thomas. But instead of that, what happened in the last 2-3 years was that there was an appeasement to the bishop house. Then there are many Christian groups are there, so that. But actually, outreach should be to the Christian community, not to the to the leadership or that kind of a bishop houses or like that. And so that my understanding that even though the all the Christian segments supported the UDF in 2016 and in 2020, the left won the majority seat in the Christian dominated districts. But this time they stood with the Muslim community and supported the UDF, Congress party. But the BJP needed to take more care on the OBC, backward, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe sections of the Hindu society. Actually, I have made a study in this regard. The outreach of the BJP among the Hindus, on the basis of the data available, based on the data of BJP's performance in the last local body elections 2025. That my assumption was that 98%, 95 to 98% of the BJP votes were from among the Hindu community. If that statistic we converted into the outreach in Trivandavaram,
नहीं हो रहा ना
around 38% of the Hindu community supported the BJP, because the revenue district of Trivandrum having the 14 assembly segments in the Assam Lok Sabha election, BJP got comparatively 33%. If we two parliamentary segments, but in the corporation elections, local body elections, it came down to 26%. So that the BJP's outreach among the Hindu community is very poor in majority districts other than Tiruvandhuram. But instead of focusing on Christian outreach, priority should be in the next coming 5 years must be on the outreach of the Hindu community, particularly the weaker section of the society. Among the Hindus, 78% of the Hindus of Kerala belong to the backward class community. And basically, the communist parties and left parties are based, their basic vote bank is on this backward sections of the Hindu community. Wherever the backward people having the dominance, the communist party, so far, communist won that. You know that this time BJP won the on assembly segment in Kollam districts, Chattanur, Dr. Sri B.B. Gopakumar won
Yeah.
from that. And that is a it was a constituency dominated by the Irava community and backward.
It's almost declared like
No,
thing that BJP has won 3 seats. Like it's a leading position now, but
no,
it's
now
like
declared. Now it is three
unofficially
seats.
declared.
Officially declared Nemom in Trivandavaram and Karakutam in Trivandavaram and Chattanur. This constituency
Chattanur.
officially Election Commission has declared the victory of the BJP. So that the 3
Okay.
members are there, no doubt about that. And anyway, it is a good initiative. That is, I compared that in 2016 BJP entered into the West Bengal with the 3 assembly segment seats, and in 2177 now more than 190 or 95 now it is leading. So that in Kerala also it's a good beginning, and I am expecting that the BJP's vote share in a large number of constituencies, around 40 to 50 constituencies, there was a huge growth of BJP vote share in this time. That is my expectation. Final details are yet to come.
Sir, Datan sir, just needed to know one thing. The UDF is currently. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
you are audible. You are audible.
Okay. So while Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has managed to recover his lead in Dharmadam, it's not a bigger thing. The broader collapse of the
Yeah.
LDF suggests that the captain brand has lost its grip over the rest of the state. Has the water
Yes.
prices system reset over individual leadership? Do you think so?
See, your last part was not audible, but whatever I could gather from that,
Like,
your question.
has the voter prioritized a system reset for LDF?
Okay. Okay. See, one thing is that although he had won technically, I repeat, it is he has lost the seat. I mean, it's as good as he lost the seat, because Dharmadam, as you know, it is the stronghold. It is the stronghold of citadel of CPM, and even for some few years before, Prasad ji will tell you also that in many villages you cannot even enter other political party, leave alone other political party, even outsiders cannot enter. That was the situation. It was a terror area. And there BJP has been consistently making inroads, and last panchayat election also BJP has done well there, that area, complete that area. And it has been a hub of all these murder politics and all that. And the strongest man in CPM and the Kannur icon, what do you say? He is facing that kind of resistance, that voter resistance. That means that speaks a volume of the disenchantment with the cadre, and some of the tall CPM leaders who have defected. They all won. So there is the CPM is losing the ground. This is the ideal situation for BJP. Fertile now, the land is fertile for BJP to grow, and that should be the way forward, I would say.
Jaiprasad sir, Tamil Nadu has a long history of looking to the silver screen for its political leaders. From if you take from MGR to Jayalalitha and all, there was a gap after Jayalalitha, Karunanidhi, and Vijayakant has passed away. But now what we see is with Vijay's TVK currently crossing it's almost to get 200 seat mark in early leads, not in leads. Are we seeing a revival of the star to statue sentiment in Tamil Nadu? Yeah, has the Tamil voter, especially the youth, decided that the Dravidian duopoly can only be broken by a figure whose charisma matches the legends of the past?
actually, in Tamil Nadu, in the last 5 years, they have experienced a government having run by a father and his family, that is son. Both are in the cabinet, and also highly corrupt government. And they have taken a confrontation approach to the central government, and they thought that it would help them. But the people are looking that they failed in many areas of development, and also actually no national party have a better presence in the Tamil Nadu. So that the major opposition in Tamil Nadu since 1977, basically Tamil Nadu have developed a bipolar politics from since 1977 under the leadership of DMK and AIDMK. And that kind of bipolar politics was there up to this election. And so that in 2006, Vijaykanth entered into in a large way, but he won around 23 or 24 seats in 2003. But the impact factor was minimum. But in 2011, he won 29 seats, became the leading opposition. The DMK got only 24 seats at that time. And but gradually that party has declined. Last election, 2020, Kamala Hassan entered in a big manner, but he got only 2.7% of the vote. And he also, in the Coimbatore constituency where he contested, he went to 4th position, and BJP won the assembly segment at the last election. So that in Tamil Nadu, there is a history. You can see that some cine actors performed well, but at the same time there were many failures. But this time there was a strong anti-incumbency factor that has been better articulated by TVK, and from the very beginning the actor Vijay was highly critical on Stalin, and he was not in favor of the central government or BJP or Narendra Modi, but he mainly focused on Stalin and DMK. So that the people have taken seriously, and they looked at the TVK because such a huge fan were there. Of the actor was already there, and so that it worked. I have a little apprehension on the success of that initiative, because he contested at his own way. No, he never aligned with any political party. But if you go through the history, 1977, when the AMDMK was first launched, MGR as a tie-up with the Congress party. And what he did was more seats were given to the Lok Sabha election, because both the Lok Sabha and Assembly elections were simultaneously held. And the Congress was satisfied with the more representation in the parliamentary segment. And the NGR won the Assembly election, and they're beginning first anti-DMK politics in the state. And later, the DMK, every election, 77 onwards, because every alternative, particularly on 91 onwards, every alternative elections, either the DMK or ADMK came to power. An exception was like in Kerala 2021, was in Tamil Nadu, it was in 2016. And then the first time Jayalalitha or ADMK was elected again, and there was a continuity of the government. But the problem after the death of Jayalalitha, there was a leadership issue in the ADMK. But at the same time, the BJP tried its best to make the alliance in a proper way, but they failed at different occasions. Last assembly elections, they worked together, BJP and ADMK, but the last Lok Sabha elections, BJP formed a different alliance other than the ADMK. Now this time again, there is a BJP and ADMK alliance. So that there was a lack of consistency in the post-Jayalalitha leadership of the ADMK. But what supported the TVK was that he entered in a big manner, and as an outsider, you could not feel that. But from the ideas what we received from the many media, that there will be a presence of the TVK, but it may not be. Most of the surveys predicted that there will be 12 to 17 or 20% of the vote share to TVK. But after the exit poll came, there was 2-3 surveys of the poll where was in favor of the TVK. And now it shows that the people, the voters of the Tamil Nadu have taken the TVK as an alternative to the DMK's misrule, DMK's family rule. And you know that, so that the beneficiary of the anti-incumbency factor, beneficiary of the beneficiary of the opposition of the ordinary voters against the ruling government was in favor of the TVK. But the BJP-led NDA alliance also came second. My understanding is now the ADMK BJP alliance will be the second position. The DMK was placed in as a third position.
Sir, yeah, he won. He worked hard and he have attained Tamil Nadu. But Vijay is relatively new to politics. Do you think he can rise to match the scale and delivery model of welfare schemes and freebies long established by the DMK and AIDMK?
Definitely, he will follow the same pattern of the previous DMK and the ADMK government. Actually, this freebies culture was initiated by MG since 1977. But to an extent, it worked well. For example, in Tamil Nadu at that time, first he replaced the manual rickshaws to auto rickshaws. And like that, a large number of the welfare measures taken by the ADMK governments were well accepted by the people, and later DMK also. But DMK is always equated with the corruption. Whenever the DMK came into power, on the one hand, the family dominance, and on the other hand, the corruption. And so that organizationally, we go through the vote share of the DMK and ADMK in the last 5 or 6 elections. Comparatively, ADMK has a better popular support. But the problem that in Tamil Nadu, every alternative election, there is a change of government as in Kerala. So that a negative vote always benefited the DMK to came into power. But this time, instead of ADMK, the people preferred a newcomer. And so that I think that definitely, you know that any government come, there is a permanent bureaucracy there. Rules and regulations are there. If the TVK is taking a not an antagonistic approach to the central government, definitely TVK can succeed.
Yes.
This is my approach. If he is going to take the path of Stalin or Mamata or Pinarayi Vijayan, a confrontationist approach will not help the TVK. I think that he will do a developmental approach, so that if he is cooperating, not politically, administratively he should cooperate, because we are living in a federal pattern of politics, so that the state government has both the state government and central government come together for the benefit of the people, not for political benefit. If he is taking in a pragmatic manner, that type of pragmatism, definitely it will work.
Okay. Sir, thank you so much. Thank you, Jayaprasad ji. Thank you, Sridhatan ji, for joining us. We'll continue to track every development and bring you the most credible updates. Thank you so much for joining, organizer.
I think that we can discuss after the entire statistics came. We can discuss in a detailed manner at that time. So that
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We could. I'll be calling in the next session. I'll be calling you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste. Sridhatan ji, namaste.
Namaste.